Yankee and the Brit's the place to be. Radio living is the life for me. Airwaves spreading out so far and wide. Keep your FM, just give me that internet side.
Online is where I'd rather stay. I've got a lot of music to play. I just adore a Yankee view. Darling, I love you, but give me a show to do.
The Chat.
The Brats.
On air.
That's fair.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, British life.
The Yankee and the Brit on air.
Yankee and the Brit. The RTM Radio Network, Sunday, Independence Day. Here he is, the man with the plan. He's on the phone. Mr. Peter James. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing well, thanks.
Hey.
Beautiful. I got to tell you right off the bat, why you're not famous and out there on major labels and markets and all this thing is beyond me.
Well, maybe I think it's because I'm better at just doing music than I am at being a marketing person.
You haven't found somebody to play that game for you?
Not yet, yeah. People have talked about it, but nothing.
Oh, my God, your music is great.
Thank you.
Do you intend on staying independent for the foreseeable?
Yeah, I don't. It seems to be going this way. I don't really want to do what the mainstream people are doing. I want to just do music that I like to do. So I don't want to follow the trend.
Well, you're doing it, I got to tell you.
Thanks. I'm working on some different types of music. Some pulling out some more older styles of country and stuff too. I like to experiment with everything.
Well, when I said you sound like Gary Barlow, it's not just your voice; it was the style of the song as well.
That one made me laugh. I thought, man, yeah, maybe I should start dancing like a boy band and stuff like that as well.
Oh no! Come on! Don't ruin your image now.
Well, if you go back to like the early days of Take That and look up the song "Do What You Like," you'll probably regret ever saying that about dancing like Gary Barlow, because he's sat there butt naked. In fact, the whole band is sat there, not completely naked, sorry, just the arse is showing, and they're getting jelly thrown all over them. It's a really, really weird video that really messes with your head, especially when you're a young teenager like I was at the time.
Jelly and naked? That doesn't sound like a bad thing to me.
It is when it's when it's just a bunch of teenage boys.
Oh yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah, that's a little.
Oh, that is a little freaky.
Yeah, it is. It's a very weird video.
Was Robbie Williams in with that bunch?
Yeah, Robbie was in it too.
That doesn't surprise me at all then.
Yeah, and Ronan, wasn't he also in that one as well?
Is what?
When you say nothing at all.
Oh no, that's not Take That.
That he was but wasn't he? That's Ronan Keating. Wasn't he in the band as well?
No, Ronan Keating was in Boyzone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's another side of the world. So.
Are you not up on your boy bands?
I'm not up on my boy bands. I'm sorry. I know if it's not Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, I'm.
You seem to know a little too much about it.
Well, when they came out, I could have been a boy band if I had put my energy that way.
That Summer Goodbye sounded very much like Gary Barlow and his type of song, and I don't really consider him to be boy band. The stuff that he did, away from the band. He has a lot of pretty songs. Yeah. I'm sorry.
He has a lot of pretty songs. A lot of nice melodies and stuff, Gary Barlow.
Yeah, he does. That's kind of what your songs reminded me of.
I take it that's a compliment.
Yeah,
okay.
It wasn't bad.
I'm going to take it as a compliment.
Yeah. So when did you get started with your music?
I started when I was really young. I had drum lessons and I had a drum kit. I remember when I was 9 or something, and I think my parents were like, "No, that's too loud," and they got a piano, and then I switched to piano. And then, I didn't like practicing. I liked just playing music and making up my own songs. I was always getting in crap. Do your scales, and then I'd start making up the songs. So,
all right.
Where are you from?
I'm from British Columbia. I'm living in Abbotsford, but I lived in the Fraser Valley, which is several little towns all around.
I could hear the little bit of accent, but I knew it was north, but I couldn't quite figure out where.
Canadians don't have accents. Only everybody else in the world.
I know that's what I said about the Brit when I met her.
I don't have an accent.
You don't. Yeah, you've got like a total accent.
Do you know? Just a couple of weeks ago, Randy was in this car shop, and this man came over to the window while I was sat in the truck, and he started talking to me, and he said, "I think you've got something wrong with your face." And I said, "Really?" And he says, "Yeah, and he started messing around with his face like he was squidging some plasticine or something. And he goes, "Your face is all squidgy, and you're talking funny."
Your face is
Squidgy.
like that anyways.
Like that. Squidgy.
Squidgy, yeah, he called me all squidgy.
I like this word. I like this word, squidgy.
It's a very, very
That's
cool
sort of what my
word.
belly is. I have a squidgy belly.
That's what I got, matter of fact.
We have it on silent in the background, but we have the video of "Do What You Like" by
Will
Take
you
That
stop
playing.
that? It's
I
disgusting.
told you, it's really, really messed up, isn't it?
It's disgusting.
Really messes with it.
I can't even imagine a bunch of young guys dressing like that. Come on.
Look at it. They're all skidding around on the floor with jelly and ice cream, and there's Robbie.
There's
Look.
Robbie, yeah. He looks like he enjoys it too much.
There's Gary Barlow with a big blob of wobbly jelly on his chest. Yeah, you guys really don't want to know what I am watching.
I don't think I've ever seen this video. It sounds really weird.
Yes, it does. I'm going to post it on your Facebook just so that you get the pleasure of watching it.
Oh, I can review it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, the Brit will want
There you
your
go.
opinion, I'm sure.
So let's get back to you instead of your sounder like Gary Barlow. What is your earliest musical memory from when you were young and had tiny legs?
Well, my favorite one is around grade 8. They had a talent contest, and I was a really shy little kid. I was like a church kid, so I didn't swear a lot and stuff like that. And I sang in the talent contest a song called "Why Am I So Lonely in This World So Full of People." And then after I won the contest, and at lunchtime, all the girls would go to the band room, and they'd want me to play the song for them because they thought it was so nice. And that kind of I was like, oh, I think I'll be a musician now.
That seems to always do it.
And that was the turning point in your life.
It was a pretty big turning point because I went from being totally unpopular to unknown to having lots of people know who I was just over. This is before, this is way before there are all these American Idol and all that stuff. So
Wow.
it was pretty cool for me.
I wonder why I never thought of something like that when I was young. I could have been a Led Zeppelin, for God's sake.
Yeah, right. I see it now.
In my stairway to heaven.
So, do you have a job outside of your music, or is your music your main job?
My music is my main job, but I do have a friend that does renovations. And so in the summertime, I don't like working in the winter. I go on a cruise ship and live a nice, comfortable life. But, he does renovations, so I help him with that. I like working outside. I like doing manly things, manly jobs.
And what do you consider to be a manly job? Do you have to have a hammer in your hand?
Yeah, you have a hammer in your hand. You hit things hard. You have to lift heavy things, and you get dirty.
Don't forget
Those type of jobs.
Don't forget that sexy tool belt you wear when the women walk by.
The sexy tool belt, yeah.
And I hope you
That's
do
all-
that wearing a
all-
pair of jeans.
Well, sometimes jeans. Sometimes I like wearing jogging pants when I work, so I can let everything be nice and loose.
You're
and
killing
free.
it. You're killing it. You're killing the mental image, Gary.
Gary?
Gary. Gary Barlow.
Okay.
So, would you like to be actually famous?
I don't think I'd like to be super famous. I'd like to be more known now so that I could at least, say 500 to 1,000 people or something like that could come to shows all the time. That would be nice. But being super famous, no, I think I would suck. I'd hate to be mega famous. Unless I was far away from all the crazies.
So you want to be like the jock you were in school and just draw all the pretty cheerleaders?
Yeah, I think I just want all the good stuff. The money, I like that. That's so cool with me. And then I'd like to just perform for people that really want to see me. The bar thing doesn't do much for me anymore. I don't get much pleasure out of that. I like people that like music.
Are you out and about playing?
I do play. I do a solo thing, and I have a country band here in. So we do corporate events and things like that, rodeos and stuff like that.
Is Paula Cameron your cruise ship stalker?
Yeah, and
I can believe
but she's
that.
one of the nice ones. She's a nice.
She is
It's not like a great stalker.
Yeah, she is a nice cruise ship stalker. I like her.
Yeah. Actually, I have several that are really fun. They tell me what they're doing, and they try to get their cruises to be around the same time. I have some in Australia as well, but I don't get to see them very often because I haven't gone there for a long time on the cruise ship.
Have you done cruises before?
I wish you'd pay
Yeah, I've done,
attention.
Well, I'm not. So just shut up and let him answer.
Yeah, I did a couple years in Australia. I did. We'd go to Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu and Australia and New Zealand, and then I did a few in the Caribbean and as well as Alaska as a solo piano player.
Now, when did he say that before?
It was talking about working on cruises in the winter, and I was saying,
I
is
did,
Paula
yeah.
Cameron your
Yeah, but I thought he
cruise
meant
ship
like on
stalker?
Lake. I thought he meant like on Lake Erie or Lake Ontario or something. I don't know.
Oh,
That's really far away.
Yeah, but that's closer.
No,
to
I do the ocean one.
Okay.
Yeah. The Alaska is close to me, Lake Ontario.
so do you have any heroes?
Well, when I was really young, I was a total Sting fan. I just loved all his music. And then now I just, it's more of the song. If somebody writes a cool song that catches me, that's what I like. It doesn't matter who it is. Pop, it can be rock, it can be anything. It just has something that grabs you.
What stuff did you grow up on?
I grew up on, when I was a kid, I had all church music. I had, I was totally had a sheltered Christian upbringing, and my parents had me listening only to religious recordings. Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant and all that kind of stuff.
And then what? You switched to pop eventually, or you're talking about the
Yeah,
boys
when I
bands.
when I left home, I've always liked the singers. Whatever, it didn't matter, black singers or anything that had to do with singing. More than I was never actually being a piano player. Never really cared for piano players. That wasn't my thing. I actually like guitar sound. I just played the piano, which is kind of weird. But yeah, singing. It was all about the singing. So I was right into black bands and the boy bands and anything that had great singing.
So
Michael.
So how did you get into country?
Well, as I got older, I noticed my voice got a little bit lower, and I find singing country is a lot more fun when you're a man. It just feels good. It's the range is really comfortable to sing as a man, as opposed to rock and roll where you kind of have to scream all the time, but you're always right at the top of your range. I like that's why I kind of switched to country.
Well, like I said, you just sound fantastic. The music's great. Where does the music come from? Is that your own band or is that a studio band?
This album that you were playing, I had been traveling abroad for like 10, 15 years, and I finally moved back. So I hired a producer, and I said, "Can you please find me all the musicians I need to do this?" And he found everybody for me. And then, but the band that I play with are people that I've found since I've been here that I feel can do the job that I need. I need very good musicians. Very, how do you say? They know that they live on their instruments. You can tell.
Right.
So, have you ever been starstruck apart from talking to the Yankee and the Brit? Of course, I mean, I know that could be quite overwhelming for you right now. But have you?
Yeah, well,
I'm not talking
I'm still
rubbish
shaking
here, but...
right now. Still shaking because of this deal, and I'm sweating. I'm just sweating. If you could see me right now, I'm just dripping with nervous sweat right now.
You're so over the
But
top.
but in like in a sexy Gary Barlow way, not in a Richard Simmons fitness video way. No.
Thank you very much. Just spoiled my mental picture.
I know.
Yeah, I got sidetracked and I forgot what you asked me.
He got all excited when he said Richard Simmons.
He got excited as soon as he said the Brit.
Yeah, I've always been a little bit of a I don't know how you say it, a brat that way. I haven't really been starstruck with anybody. I have never met anybody where I was just like, wow, you're so awesome. I've always thought that most people, I feel like there's more quality people out there that haven't got a chance than there is quality people up there that are super famous. I think it's not. There's so many great people.
I agree.
Really...
People go gaga over the famous people that probably stand on the stage and mime all the way through. You know, there's a lot of people out there, especially independents, that sound 100 times better on stage doing it live.
Yeah, no, and there's so many, musicians too that maybe they're not that outgoing, but they're incredibly awesome when they play. Some people that they don't have the gift of being outgoing, and so they don't get to show their beautiful voice or their skills. So no, not really awestruck, but Sting maybe, yeah, because he kind of changed my life.
Kind of a two-part question, I guess. What do you think about what's going on in Nashville, and have you been to Nashville?
I've never been to Nashville. The only thing I think it's all cool. I mean, Nashville is cool. They've kind of put this thing in our heads over here that you're not a real country musician unless you go to Nashville for a while, and I don't totally agree with that. I think there's something to be said about not being the same as everybody. I write my songs and I listen to what I hear, but I'm not trying to sound or be like Nashville. I'm trying to be like me. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it's the best way to be.
But yourself. I would go if I had money to spare. I would go for the experience. But I don't feel my life evolves around Nashville.
What do you think?
Although they have some great songs.
Oh, sorry. What do you think of the country stars today? Stop talking over me, or I'll stop talking over you.
What do I think of the country style today?
The country star. What do you think of the country stars today?
Oh, I think it's cool. We got a mix. We got like the electronic-y ones like Florida Georgia Line, and then you got the singing ones like Luke Bryan and these guys. And then you got like Chris Stapleton, which is like totally takes it in another. I think it's good. I think it's there's a little bit of everything.
Where do you put yourself amongst all those?
I think I'm one of the I'm like a jack of all trades, master of none, because I will do an old-fashioned country style song that sounds like something from Marty Robbins if I feel like it. But I'll also do like a heavy southern rock country song, no problem. I don't want to be lumped into one style. I like to explore all of them. Like on my album, you notice on my album, there's hardly any songs that sound the same, right? They're a little different type of country songs.
But they all sound very Gary Barlow, so they're all got a little bit of. They're all connected in some way.
It's got the Gary sound. Because I was like, because when I went into the studio, I said, "Hey, man, I know you got a lot of plugins. You got like the Gary Barlow plugin because I really want to sound like Gary Barlow." And they said, "Yeah, we got Gary Barlow." He said, "You could have Robbie Williams." I said, "No, because I heard Millennium, and I'm not like no." And yeah.
So that's a plug and play out for the studio. Then I'm gonna have to find that.
Yeah.
Stop it! I'm about to pee myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it goes. I had that one and the talent pills. Those help so much. I used to take those before every session. They're just like a little bottle of pills with a big T on it for talent, and it helped. I sang much better.
Is that big T for take that?
But take that. Yeah. T for take that. I had my T and my vitamin G for Gary Barlow. There we go.
Oh, please.
Well, the summer, is it Summer Goodbyes, Summer Good Nights? That one's very Gary Barlow. And then
that's a great song. That's one of my favorite ones.
And then Paula asked for one, Backyard Paradise. That one's not very Gary at all. You were screwed up with that one. The one that played after was very Gary.
Very Gary.
Very Gary.
I think there should be like a little bit of an accent, right? Very Gary. I don't even know how he talks. Better not.
He's from Manchester, so somewhere around there.
I think. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's got an accent for sure.
Yes.
I try to write my songs sort of like pop songs with a country flavor, as opposed to a country song, 100%. Because could you really say Summer Goodbyes is a country song? If I took out all the guitar-y country sounds and replaced them with electronic sounds, it would probably sound like a pop song.
I think it kind of fits a bunch of different genres, actually.
I didn't feel Gary, not Gary. I got Gary on the mind now. No, I didn't feel. Stop laughing at me. I didn't feel anything Gary. Stop talking about Gary, Donna. I didn't feel anything country about any of those songs, but I felt like they were good songs, awesome songs, but I didn't feel like they were country songs. But I guess the songs sound different to different people.
Oh, I
don't
think they fit right in with country, and they could be pop songs, and they could be in 2 or 3 other genres too. I think they sound great. They fit in a lot of places.
I mean, Randy was making a right mess in his underwear the second he heard your voice, and that's Summer Goodbye song. So
the first time we played it, I thought, wow, that's a great tune. Man. It's just got that summer feel.
Yeah, it's got a summer feel to it, but it's not got a country feel to it. Only in my opinion. I mean, I don't know anything. I know nothing about nothing really.
Well, you know what I thought? Okay, so this is what I made my own definition of what I consider country is. Country music is the guys playing together live music. So they're all playing their instruments, and they're from your area. So that's what I did. I took people from my area and we played it live music. So to me, that's country, and with the emphasis on nice melodies and fun storylines. So that's kind of more country also.
Where are you recording at? In Canada somewhere, or you come into the States?
Actually, no, I record in Canada. Actually, this guy named Steve Clausen, he's a really young producer, engineer type of guy, and I actually worked for his father. He owned the Christian bookstore, and above the Christian bookstore, they built a studio, and his son took over and the studio, and that's where I recorded it. And he just has a really nice sound. The way he mixes and everything was great.
Yeah, very well done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we did it. 4 of us: the drums, the bass, guitar, and keyboards, and me all at once, and spread out all around the studio. And then after we did that. We made that perfect. Then we added all the color instruments like pedal steel and fiddle and all that stuff.
Now, one of those songs, and I don't remember which one offhand, but I heard quite a bit of backup singers. Where do they come from? Is that something the studio provides?
All the male voices are just me over and over again. And I had one female voice. Her name was Cassandra Fry, and she did all the... Oh, no, and then we had... The guy was... Steve had another band in there. And there were like a whole bunch of friends and everything came to see them. And we said, can you come in and do the gang vocals for like Floating Down the River? And I think it's just Floating Down the River. All the gang vocal stuff. It just happened to be people in the studio.
Well, it sounded great. I sounded, definitely professional without a doubt.
Yeah, I did all the vocals, the backup vocals actually at home in my studio. And then I brought them to the studio. So I was able to spend time sorting them out, getting them perfect. Save you some money also.
Good.
What do you do to relax? Got any hobbies or anything?
Relax? No, I just watch Netflix when I want to relax. My hobbies are pretty much music and then variations of music, like making videos or either writing songs or, I don't have a lot of other habits, really.
Do you remember the first album that you ever bought?
No, I've tried to remember what that was, and I have no idea. It would have been a religious one, like Michael W. Smith or something like that when I was a kid.
What about your family? Are they any of them musically inclined beside yourself, or did you just kind of take this on?
It's just me. We sang around the house a little bit, at family gatherings and stuff, but nobody did it for a living. Maybe I was also adopted. So maybe my parents or grandparents had music in them. I have no idea exactly. I don't know much about my parents before these ones.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So, what are your hopes and dreams for the future?
I'm hoping that I can continue doing music until I die. And I'm hoping that I can get to a place where people are looking forward to hearing what my new songs are all the time. It's like I see there's so much music out all the time, but I want to have enough fans that I can make a living for the rest of my life. Basically, that's what I want to have a nice, comfortable life.
And if you do get all rich and famous, have you got any advice for your future self?
It's nice if I get famous.
Yeah, if you get famous, have you got any advice for your rich and wealthy self?
Well, if you reach your goals, anyways.
Well, I'd say I don't know. Don't go into debt. Just keep. I don't know. I have no idea what I would tell myself. I've never had lots and lots of money, so I don't know. Be happy. Just stay happy, I guess. Do you have any advice for rich me?
Don't forget the Yankee and the Brit show.
Okay. I'll make sure. I'll put that one on the list. Yep.
Yeah,
That was already there.
But it's little people like us, that help you
Are
accomplish
you
your
are you really
dreams.
little? Like 4 feet tall? 4 feet tall?
I'm
Like how little are you?
I'm 5'5" and fat.
Oh, so you're and fat? Did you say?
Yeah.
So it's not. You're not little people. You're like medium-sized people.
Kind of.
She's looking in the mirror trying to decide.
There's nothing medium about my horse, let me tell you. You could fit a carriage clock on that shelf.
What do you think, Gary? What?
I said you could put I didn't say Gary. I said
You could put a Gary clock.
I said you could put a carriage clock on my horse on my shelf.
God.
But yes, I would say for the future self of what's your name again? Peter, not Gary, Peter.
Peter Barlow.
Peter Barlow, yes, Peter Barlow.
Peter James Gary, isn't that it?
For your future
Yeah.
self, then you need to stay humble. Never forget the Paula Camerons of the cruise ship.
How about just make it simple? Stay true to yourself. How's that
Stay
sound?
true to yourself.
Yeah, I just can't. I think maybe if I was really young and I got rich, maybe I would not be true to myself. But when you've been alive this long, I don't even think you can change your personality that much. You kind of are what you are.
What do you mean this long? What are you, like 25, 30 maybe?
No, I'm a little older.
Are you really?
You have no idea how old I am?
No, not a clue.
Let's have a look at the picture. Maybe you've got a few telltale wrinkles. Wrinkles.
I actually don't got a lot of wrinkles, but I will be. I think I'll be 50 or 49. I was 1969. I was born. So yeah, I'll be 50.
Yeah, 50.
I'll be 50.
Okay.
50 this February.
That was 11 years after I was born. You're still a youngin' to me.
Oh, there. Oh, thank you. I'm 29 on the inside, and I'll just stay there. I've been staying there for years.
Hey, Paula has some advice for the future rich and wealthy Peter James. She said,
Oh, yeah?
Finish building Paula and Ron's backyard paradise for the recommendation
Oh, yeah.
to
We
the
can
show.
do that. Yeah, we can do that. I'll come over. Because I'll have money, I can hire my buddy that does the renovating, and we can just build it. We'll get a swimming pool, a barbecue, maybe a little bandstand so that you can have regular
Bandstand.
concerts in your back.
And how big is this garden?
I don't know. If it's not big enough, we'll just make levels. We'll just, we'll make it like a yeah.
One of those fancy 10-level decks.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
we can have artificial light if we need.
maybe you could paint one of the garden pavement slabs below to make it look like a swimming pool. So when you dive off deck 10, you go flying into the ground, whatever you call it.
That doesn't sound like a backyard paradise, though. That sounds like a backyard death.
It depends, I guess.
Paula says there's an acre, so you've got plenty to paint blue.
Oh, right on. So we could probably get some pigs and chickens as well. That would be nice. Make it like a real, like a farm / backyard paradise, like Adam and Eve. We could get like two of every animal. That'd be like a real backyard paradise.
Hurrah, hurrah.
Well, Paula and Ron will be there. How many more animals do you need?
Oh, you are cruising for a bruising.
Opportunity was knocking.
Paula will be over here and she will bend you over and slap you around your face.
Wow.
All right, are you ready for Randy's 10 random questions?
Yes.
Okay, numero uno. What is your favorite word?
Chipotle. I don't know.
Squidgy. I thought it was squidgy. Stop. Just making it
Well,
up now.
squidgy is like really. Yeah.
Who says
Okay.
Chipotle?
It's the first word that came to my mind. I'll be honest. That's all I can say.
What's your least favorite word?
What was it? Oh, there was a word that I used to... crap.
That's a word.
No, because I like that word. I'll use that. That's crap. That's a good word. I don't want that one. The name of the car, Cordoba. I always thought that it sounds like it should be Cordova with a V. It sounds like someone with a cold. I always hated that one, Cordoba.
You sound like Ricardo Montalban when you say that. Cordova.
Yeah, there you go.
Number 3, what turns you on?
Big boobs.
And yes, Paula, I speak of love, my dear.
You wouldn't like me. Mine a giant.
You're giant, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that still falls on big.
That's what I say. What turns you off?
People being cruel to other people. God, like a woman being rude in a restaurant or talking down. I don't know that. That'll turn me right off.
What sound do you love?
The sound of a violin played really good.
I'll tell you what, you're talking about a violin. There are so many songs that I never knew had violins in them until I seen the videos, and it's like, no wonder they have that little extra,
like the Doctor
whatever it
Who
is.
theme.
Well, a lot of disco songs, I never knew they had so many violins in them and things. It's like amazing the difference it makes.
Yeah, it's like a voice. It's like a human voice.
Yeah, exactly. What sound do you hate?
Any sound that makes my ears vibrate. That you get that extra feeling. I just can't stand that. It could be from using power tools, or it could be from a guy's guitar too loud. If it's anything that feels like it's hurting my ears, I just don't want to.
You haven't heard me nagging.
Or the kid that pulls up next to you in the car with all the bass going on?
Well, at least it's in another car. I wouldn't be in the car with the guy, but if it's the next door, that's fine. That's still not going to get me, but yeah, there's a certain frequency I just know when it hits, it's just like, I just can't stand it. But yeah, that'll be it. It's like scratching on a board.
What's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink? Like alcohol drink?
Any drink.
Okay, well, I have to say, right now, I would say water. Water, nice cold water. It's my favorite.
Oh, let's see. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
I would like to make furniture, like wood furniture, woodworking. I think I've always loved woodworking.
Yeah, me too. I do a lot of that. What profession would you
like
not
working
like
with
to
your
do?
wood?
The one I wouldn't want to do is be like a nurse. Anything where I have to wipe people's bums and stuff like that, no, can't do it.
But you'd be all right with surgery, cutting somebody open?
Yeah, more so than wiping someone's butt, yeah, for sure.
All right, last one from me. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you get to those big pearly gates?
Come on in, let's have some fun.
And who would you like to have a party in the sky with? If there's a musician up there that's dead, who would you like to have a party?
I would hope he's dead if he's up there.
Yeah, okay. Fair point. Apart from Gary Barlow, because he's still alive, who would you like to party with?
I think I would like to party with Robin Williams.
That would be quite an experience, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I would have never thought of that.
And that other comedian, what's his name? He always talks really hard about government and stuff. I forget his name.
George Carlin?
Yeah, that's
Alf
guy.
Garnett?
Yeah. I'd like to have both those guys. That would be really fun. Have both of them at the same time. Whew.
I couldn't imagine. I love George Carlin, though. I got a picture of me where I look like George Carlin. I made the same face and everything. Look just like him.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Faces.
So if I can't get George, I'll say I'll hang out with Randy instead.
I may be dead sooner than I want. I'll wait for you to get there. I'll be your valet when you show up.
My valet? Well, that's really nice. I thought maybe we could do something musical. That would be more fun.
Well, I'll park your chariot, your golden sparkly chariot, and then we'll sing a tune. Nice.
That's a good idea.
Summer, summer, summer goodbyes. That's what I want to sing.
Holy shit, you sound like Gary too. What is it with you, Garys?
Well, I ain't getting naked, so forget it.
It's like, hey, I've some Jello. Hey, after the show, let's go get some Jello. You ready, Randy? You ready?
Oh, baby. Bill Cosby would be proud.
Oh, you have more questions, you said?
I have one final question. Where can people purchase your music?
Well, you can go to iTunes, Peter James Band, and Living for the Summer, or just go to my website, www.peterjamesband.com, and then there's ways to get everywhere from there. My social media and everything is right there.
Awesome.
I recommend getting the CD because if you get the CD, one, there's only been so many made, so it has a limited edition to it. And the other thing is it has a picture of me inside that you can take out and you can use it like for target practice.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I could be like your Gary Barlow, and I can sign the CD so you have a little bit of my personality on the CD. And the other reason is once you finish with the CD, you can use it as a coaster or make mobile. Those are really nice. Yeah, I've always my favorite is skeet shooting.
Pea shooter.
Skeet shooting. You whip it out and skeet shooting. Yeah, so
it's a multimedia.
Yeah.
It's a multimedia disc.
Yeah, multifunctional CD.
Yeah.
Are you going to send us an autographed copy so we can put it on the Yankee and Brit wall of shame?
Sure, why not?
Well, that would
make sure you sign it, Peter Gary James.
And that would make that CD way more valuable because you can say that it appears on the Yankee and the Brit Wall of Shame.
That's true. That's true. There's something that nobody knows, actually. Inside all my CDs, on the little picture, there's a number. And when I've sold I made 1,000. So when I sold 1,000 CDs, I'm going to give away a prize to whoever has. I want to do a draw for one of the numbers.
Wow, cool. What are you giving away?
Sort of like, I don't know yet. I'm going to see how I feel when I get there because I'm not there yet.
So one final question before we boot you out and flush you down the Yankee and the Brit Show toilet. What song describes the Yankee and the Brit?
Oh, my gosh. What song was that?
Or if you could write a song about us, what would you call it?
Yeah.
I know. I think, I know they're crazy. You know they're crazy. You know that song?
Oh, my gosh, Gary. Yeah.
I remember when you lost my mind.
You do know.
Don't talking about this place. Crazy by, I forget who it was. Yeah, that. I think that would sum you guys up.
I think I should say thank you. I think.
Yeah, I mean it in a nice way. And the Gary Barlow kind of friendly, nice crazy. The good crazy.
I don't know who it's by myself. Could it have been
Gnarls Barkley?
Gnarls Barkley? No?
Gnarls Barkley.
Is that the one?
Yeah, Gnarls Barkley.
Well, we will put that on. We will play that tune. Won't we, husband? Say yes.
Sure, send me the link. We'll play it just for
yes,
Peter.
Yes, sir, we will play it.
Crazy. I'm crazy for Gary James.
So, Gary.
That's a different crazy.
Paula says her CD is number 237.
Oh, now you've upset the poor girl because she thinks she's not going to get your present now.
It's funny that she's the first person that's actually looked for the number. I haven't told anybody about it. This is the first time. Maybe I'm going to get like random people saying, I got number 165. I got number 32.
What happens if somebody says I got 1,300?
Then they're lying.
Exactly.
They're lying.
So, do you have anything else you need to add before we flush you down the toilet? Before I pull that chain?
Well, all I can say is everybody have a good summer and what's left of it. And hopefully we have had lots of smoke, so hopefully the fires will go away and we can start breathing fresh air again. Yeah. And please go to my website, get the CD. If not, you can find it on YouTube or you can find it on Spotify and Amazon. It's pretty much anywhere. Peter James Band, Living for the Summer.
Call now, 1-800-PETER-JAMES. That's 1-800-PETER-JAMES. Ask for CD 1000.
And for a special bonus, you will get a skeet shooting and a coaster.
And a pea shooter to go with it.
And you could even throw them at your mother-in-law.
Would you do that?
I always thought it'd be so fun if I had a CD and I could like put like a little doobie in there and it's like, here, smoke this, listen to the CD, see what you think.
I want that one.
Makes it a little more.
I want that CD.
You'd want that one.
That's the one I want. I haven't had one since the late 70s. Send me one.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine what that might be like now.
I think it's the same as it was before.
I don't know. I'd probably pass out after stuffing my face full of brownies or something.
Look, as much
Yeah,
as I
but
love this
they'll take-
tantalizing conversation, are you going to flush the toilet?
Hey, thanks for having me on your guys' show. It was very fun.
No problemo, senor. Thank you very much, man. Had a
Yes,
good time.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Call anytime you want. The phone line's always open. And if you're
Not
ever in
any
Texas...
time, not any time.
Well,
Ignore him. He doesn't mean any time.
He doesn't even know what time it is here, so he can call anytime. Cool. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Right. Good night. See ya.
Bye.
She's the bride. She's the bride.